Good morning, everybody. So, there's my table. My table's done. I'm going to show you something really cool. So, my sister made this for me, and she made the candles. She rolled them in the sand and the shells. She made the little holder for me to match my house. And she also made all of these little wax molds. So when I melt the candles, I can play with the wax and melt the wax too. But she made me some really cool ones. Seashells, starfish, turtles, fish. Where is my seahorse? I feel like I'm missing. Oh, there's my seahorse. Very cool seahorse. And she put the shells and the sand in the bottom too. But very cool, huh? Isn't that cool? I love it. I had two seahorses, one in this color too. But my boyfriend picked it up and touched it, and with his strong man hands broke it. He was like, well, I saw that you and Lisa were touching them and you weren't breaking them. Well, because we have a delicate touch. Girls don't manhandle things. But isn't that so cool? I just love it. I just love it. So the table's done. I got it done by my goal. The last coat of urethane went on the top on the 15th. And yeah, so that's done. So now I still have 2 more chairs to do. I've done 4. The other 2 are down in the sunroom at that table. And then the other 2 that I did. And then the other 2 that I still have to do will also go down there because it's a much bigger table. So this is just my little table up here. And now I have to finish this wall. I've been procrastinating for like 2 years. So I've got to sand it down and I've got to get it painted and get the chair rail up and the mop board on. So that's going to be what I'm painting next, is the mop board, the wall, and the chair rail. But my table's finished. The chairs are done. Well, 4 of them are done. Still have 2 more to do. And then that project will be complete. The wall will be completed, which will be nice to have that chair rail on. Yeah, has it been 2 or 3 years? I think it's been 3 years waiting for me to finish it. You know, that stuff takes time, right? So I'm going to stick you in the tripod, and I'm going to turn you around. You're going to lose me for a minute. All right, there we go. Good morning. It is Thursday, and it is the 17th of April. Trying to get you stuck in here without having you pop out. For some reason, it's just given me a bit of a hard time this morning. It's still pretty early. I got a new clock so that I can actually see the time. It's 5:45 a.m. Thursday morning, the 17th. So I hope everybody is doing well. I'm trying to angle you so that you'll be able to see what I'm doing here, you guys. I think that'll work pretty good. Let's see if I bring it this way. Go like that. I think that'll work out all right. So I hope everybody's doing well this morning. Don't follow any links in the comment section of either of my channels. Those would be scammers from people trying to solicit you for anything. Just don't follow them. Scammers, right? And, of course, the healing intentions are always set for you folks. So if you so choose, go ahead, breathe that in. and decree it for your highest and greatest good, only and always. And now let's get started. The first thing we're going to do this morning is we're going to see the energy of today. What we're working with in this month that we call April, on the day that we call the 17th, in the year that we call 2025. So first let's do that. Next we're going to take a look. Somebody had asked me to take a peek and see if we might be having a mini ice age. Let's get into that in a bit. But first, let's take a look at today's energy. So that's what we want to know as we start today. What is the energy for today that we're looking at? Because there's so much going on. It's just, it's one thing after another, really. Especially here in my state. You just wouldn't believe what we're dealing with here in Maine. It's crazy. All right, so please and thank you. Could you give us with one card, an overall view of what the energy is today? Big picture, please and thank you. My hands are a little stiff this morning. A little stiff is putting it mildly. One more shuffle. And we'll cut them and pull from the middle. See what we get. Overall energy today, you guys, is the Chariot. So that's moving forward. So something is going to be moving forward. Something is going to be moving forward. I'm out of the loop. I've been super busy. And I'm completely out of the loop. So I don't know what would be moving forward. But it could be any number of things. Let's just get a couple of cards around that, okay? It could be any number of things. Now, that's the 7. So it's a highly spiritual day. The seeker, the seeker. Seeker of truth and wisdom. So some sort of truth moving forward today. Some sort of truth that's going to come out. Or something that's come out and they're going to be able to back it up with more truth. On a personal note, the personal message with the Chariot would be, you know, as you go out in your day today, make sure that you've done your bubble of protection, right? So armor yourself up, protect yourself from energies. That's always the secondary message in this deck with that card. So let's get a little story around the energy of today. Please and thank you. A little story around the Chariot. Whoop, that wants to fall out. That's an ending. Do you guys see that? That wanted to fall out. That's the 10 of Swords. And in this deck, it's like, this is an ending to some shit that is making people feel a little nuts. So we will set that aside and see how that pertains to our reading here. It goes pretty well with that Chariot. The seeker of truth and knowledge moving forward, and ending to information with that Swords that has been making people feel trapped or a little nuts. So let's see what else is going on. There's been information that's been worrying people, but don't worry, justice is coming forward. But it's going to be upsetting. People are going to get upset. Oh, Tower moment with that justice. One more card, you guys. The Star. All right, let's take a look. So, this is interesting. Overall energy of today is the Chariot. That's moving forward with truth and knowledge, right? Moving forward with truth and knowledge. And what are we moving forward from? Apparently, there's a lot of worry, People have been up at night. They've been worrying. There's lies out there. So we're going to move forward and uncover some lies, right? Because the Chariot seeks truth and knowledge. So moving forward, we're going to uncover some lies that have been upsetting people or having people in a state of worry today. Some form of justice is coming in. Justice, what would it be doing? There was this card that wanted to fall out, right? Justice putting an end to some sort of lie that's been driving people batshit or worrying them some with that Nine of Swords. So that's pretty interesting. However, even having the knowledge, some people are still going to be upset. Some people are going to be upset, but it's not going to be as many people as one might think, because only a little bit is getting thrown out, and most people will be feeling okay about whatever comes out. So as we move down, we have that Queen of Swords, right? And she is lined up directly above her with the Nine of Swords. We've got a lot of words, information, truths, stories coming forward, apparently. But what she lined up with, well, if you look at the Queen, she's got one sword. The lighting's not great, guys. It's still early. She's got one sword that has blood tipping right off of it, right? So that sword is sent sideways, which means it's not telling the truth and that the words have been harmful. And then there's the other sword that's right upright. So there's been a lie obstructing the truth. And it's apparently had people worried, right? And then we have the Tower. Well, the Tower is right there directly underneath Justice. So whatever's coming in to straighten out some truths, it's going to come in hard and fast and create like a big tower moment. So that's pretty interesting. And I'm so out of the loop, I don't even know really what to ask around that. But that tower moment is going to show, when you have like the Justice set up with these lies and people getting all emotional and lies that have obstructed the truth and a big tower moment, people jumping ship. You might have something like a whistleblower coming forward to say, I know somebody lied. They directly obstructed truth. And we don't want to be affiliated with this. We don't want to get in trouble for having known or have the knowledge of this truth being obstructed. And it's right underneath that Justice card. And then we finish it off, you guys, with the 17, which is the Star. And that's transformation. That's walking between the worlds and seeing everything pretty clearly, because you've got the 3D view and you've got the higher view, higher perspective, guided from above. And we know that the 17, for me, is good missions, good military, if you want to call it white hat operations, secret societies working on behalf of humanity, transforming things, knowing enough, knowing what's going on in this 3D world, and also like having a really big picture view of things that maybe others don't understand. So we have moving forward, seeking truth and justice. I'm sorry about the angle, you guys. Moving forward, seeking truth and justice. There's going to be an ending to information and stuff that was almost like boxing people in and had them super worried. Justice is coming in. Some people are emotionally attached to this. Not as many people as you would think. Let me just turn that off, you guys. Not as many people are as emotionally attached to it as some. But there was truth, there were lies that were obstructing truth. And now there are people that are going to come out, kind of jump ship, and probably whistleblow about these lies that were obstructing the truth so that justice can come in and take care of things. Things can be transmuted. And I'm wondering, like I said, you guys, I'm out of the loop, but I'm wondering if there's going to be some COVID information that comes out, because there were a lot of lies obstructing the truth around that. And a lot of people are terribly attached to this. Some people are. I mean, most of us, a lot of people at this point are like desensitized to it. They've been pushed to their limit and they could give two tiny shits about COVID. But you do still have people who are incredibly attached to that. They're still getting the PCR tests. They're still worried about COVID. So let's see if it's something to do with that. Lies were obstructing the truth, and those lies had people terribly upset and worried. That's why I'm wondering if it's COVID, you guys. And that boxed in, like everybody ran to their homes. They hid, they masked up, they were terribly afraid. They were willing to get a ton of jabs, remember? So, and then this tower, like someone jumping ship saying, I'm going to reveal some things. Do we have a whistleblower that's going to be coming forward here pretty soon, moving forward with some truth around the COVID lies? Is that what this reading is telling us? Please and thank you. Let's see what it says. Whoa, that wants to come out. So let's see what that... Yeah, that wanted to fly right out. So look for that, you guys. I'm not going to be able to. I am like... I'm right out straight. I really am. So I'm not going to be able to. But look for something coming out, some truth. Someone saying something about... how truth was being obstructed deliberately around COVID. And look for that in areas, if it's saying moving forward, bringing out the truth that had everybody upset, I would say that's going to be kind of mainstream. So don't look for it on the back channels, because obviously we already know all this stuff. See if anything's being reported on the front channels around the COVID bullshit. And then let me know, please and thank you. So I'm going to ask that. Is this going to be information that people are going to see on like a mainstream media type platform that comes out? Or is this going to be like a hearing or something? Because it could be some sort of like... some type of hearing or questioning that they do with someone. So let's see first if it is mainstream. So is this something that's going to be like televised on the mainstream news, or on the mainstream, on a mainstream talk show? Please and thank you. One more shuffle. That wants to fall out. Wheel of Fortune. So that's saying some yes, that's giving me a yes. And with the Wheel of Fortune, you guys, that would be like, maybe it's a mainstream that already has kind of made hints at something being quirky there, and they're coming back around and doing another segment where more information will come out. And I also want to ask if that's like is there also like some sort of like hearing, or what is the word I want to look for? Is there also something where people are meeting to discuss what happened during COVID, where people are going to be stepping up and saying some things as well. Please and thank you. Look for stuff for the COVID lies. Please and thank you. That wasn't a very good shuffle at all. There's going to be some infighting. People are fighting amongst themselves about it. Somebody in the background. Somebody in the background pointing their finger to this, to these people that really don't want the truth coming out. Lots of chaos and infighting around that. It's going to bring great change. So that's what I'm getting there, you guys. Just keep your eyes peeled. All right, I'm going to pull those cards up. Hope everyone's doing good. It's been a really busy, crazy week for me. All right, so that was the Deviant Moon deck. I'm having trouble, you guys, uploading to Rumble. I still have the last reading that I did. I'm still trying to get that uploaded to Rumble. We've got new internet now. We finally had a new internet provider come into our area. And so we have new internet now. Not the old internet provider. This is a new one. So I'm hoping things will go smoothly. And perhaps that will upload easily today. So somebody wanted me to check into, are we going to have like a mini ice age? I'll tell you, years ago, my best friend and I really delved into the earth and the earth's cycles because neither one of us believed in the global warming bullshit, right? And that's what really got us delving into that. But the earth has its natural cycles. And, you know, as we talk mini ice age, I know I haven't had an early spring here in Maine since 2010. We did have a nice early spring that year. April was beautiful and warm. Heck, I was already doing gardening and had a tan by mid-April. And we really haven't had anything like that since. We did have a couple years later down the road, we had one warm week that happened in March, but we got thrown right back into cold, damp stuff. And our winters have been colder, and our springs have been colder, and our summers have been colder. We've had like one warm month, which is usually July. It used to be, our hottest month used to be August. And so generally it's been July. It's so humid you can barely stand it. And then August we get thrown right back into like cold, and fall is already beginning to set upon us. So, I mean, as far as cycles, we're already, in my opinion, colder than we once were. But let's just ask the universe what the universe wants to say. Please and thank you around. And I know there's a lot of people like saying things to make it sound. You know, I'm going to tell you guys, people get a lot of clicks, likes, and comments when they drive fear. So, oh, we're going to have a mini ice age and everybody's going to freeze to death, or you won't be able to garden, or blah, 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 we'll starve. There's a lot of clicks and likes that they get from that. And if they're monetizing their channels, and comments, they're going to make money from that shit. So we have to have discernment and see how we really feel, right? So anyway, let's just ask the universe about a mini ice age. So mini ice age would be extreme cold, snow, a lot of snow and a lot of ice that lasted longer than the natural season, and kind of, you know, really created a harmful situation to our livelihoods. if that happened. So, you know, let's take a look. Could you please answer us? Is that something that we humans here on the earth plane may be experiencing anytime soon? Please and thank you. We'll cut them. I've been shuffling them as I've been talking, so. The King of Wands. So the King of Wands says, yes, we could experience a mini ice age. So let's get, it's not a higher arcana though. So let's get a story around it, you guys, because if we're talking about unusual cold patterns, I feel like we're already in it. I know I am here at least. So let's get a little story, please, and thank you around this topic. One more shuffle, and we'll cut them and get a little story here. That one's sticking to my finger, so we're going to take it. If it's sticking, we're going to take it. And that is the Hermit. Highly guided. Shining a light on some things. The Moon. Ending cycles. Oh, this looks like it could be... With the Magician, it looks like it could be done on purpose. Groundbreaking. All right, you guys, let's take a look at the story that we're getting. So the King of Wands, that's not a higher arcana, but it is saying, yes, that's something that could happen. But then right below that, but then, as we were doing the thing, the Hermit wanted to pop out. So the Hermit shines a light on things, okay? So he wanted to pop out. He wanted to shine a light on, the next card up was our Moon. So the Moon reveals secrets. So the Hermit's going to shine a light on some secrets. And secrets that what? Create discomfort and chatter, right? So if you look in terms of this reading and the question that we're asking, what's our Hermit going to shine a light on? Well, that little lobster's having to come up out of the ocean to see what's going on, and he's uncomfortable. There's secrets that the Hermit is going to reveal, right? And there's already chatter going on. So would the Hermit be revealing the secrets of an ice age that would make it hard for the animals, hard for our ocean critters, change cycles, end particular cycles, right? Because then beside that, we have that 10. We have that 10 of Pentacles. That's our earth plane. So is the Hermit shining a light on some secrets that there are around ice ages, weather patterns, that end cycles for in a particular way here on the earth plane? And I say, is it done? Is the Hermit going to shine a light on how they can do these things? And it's not so much natural, because there is the Magician. And with the Magician, there's a lot of illusion and a lot of tools to create the illusion. So could this be that the Hermit is going to shine a light on an ice age that may have been planned to end some cycles and create some discomfort? I say that more because then we have the Queen of Wands, and she plans things, and she manifests things, and she can be good or bad. But what is it that she's been planning? Well, if we look directly above her, she's been planning something that would cause some discomfort. So discomfort in what? Like discomfort for everybody, people, animals, the earth plane, but it would particularly affect the animals. And she's been planning things, what she's been planning them with, many tools, illusions and tools to create things. Groundbreaking. So like patterns set and then things to come in to complete what? This cycle. Just above that is that 10 of Pentacles. Ground it in. It's a war move. And it looks like it would be done via technology. Why do I say that? Because the seven of swords represent technology. They represent air. They represent words, thought, the ego, information, right? So directly above this information, this technology, we have the magician who has many tools and creates illusions. What would he be creating illusions with? Apparently air patterns, weather patterns, yeah, this is secrets that will be revealed. The Hermit shining a light on it. So let's just ask, you guys, let's ask if the deep state, the cabal, those shitty people that have shitty plans for humanity, if they had been planning an ice age with their technology and their tools and the illusion that they've created with the, worry of weather patterns. And also don't forget, this moon is affecting the ocean. So let's see. So are you saying that the deep state, the cabal, what maybe was planning to create their own little like mini ice age? Was this ice age that we're talking about right now planned? Have they been messing with our weather to kind of induce this? Is that what you're saying, please and thank you? One more, you guys. Looks like it was planned with others. This is like a merging, a marriage. This is like people have come together. They've created deals. They've come together to create something that they would consider celebratory. And so in answer to our question, does this look like it's something that was created? It looks like it was something that was created, looked like it was going to come into fruition pretty nicely. They've already been celebrating all the good works that they've done around it. So I feel like we should get on, well, let me see if I've got another question before I get more of a story. All right. So you're saying that people worked together to create a situation where they could bring in that type of weather pattern that would create sort of a little mini ice age. Is that what you're saying, please and thank you? Let's cut them. It's being bound. Okay, so can we get more of a story? Just shuffle them a couple of more times. You can give me a little story around that with that 8 of Swords. off of the wrapping it up, binding it. Oh, the Hierophant and Judgment. Okay, so here we go. So the ice storm, I say that because we have so many of them here in Maine. The ice age, it looks like people celebrated. They thought they had it, but it looks like there's been some sort of a counteraction. They're binding. I'm wondering if this goes into, I'll ask that in a minute, you guys. So they're binding it with this eight of swords, right? So they're somehow stilling it. And then we have two major arcana cards right next to each other. We have the Hierophant, which is the 5. That's chaos. That's great change. But Judgment came right in beside it. So I would say, yes, it was the deep state creating chaos and upheaval. But Judgment came in right beside it. And what's Judgment doing? They're binding it. They're stilling it. And then right below that, we have the 7 of Swords. So Judgment is coming in, and like with the Judgment, you wake things up, right? But what's it waking up? It's waking up air currents. It's waking up things within the air or other technologies, because we have that 7 of Swords. So it looks like there's been a stilling that's been happening with the patterns that were put in place by that magician, right, to create such a thing. So I'm going to ask now, so we know that they've been, spraying a lot of things in the air to create particular weather patterns. And we know they have technology to create storms and whatnot. So are you saying that they had been planning on doing all of that, but that Judgment has come in and they're doing things to counteract what was already done to begin the process of a mini ice age? So are you saying things are being done to counteract what was already set in motion to create such a scenario as like an ice age? Please and thank you. So you're saying that Judgment came in and has changed the course, is stilling it, is somehow counteracting it, fixing it, changing it, so that the original plan can't come into fruition? Is that what you're saying? Am I picking up what you're laying down? Please and thank you. That was a crappy shuffle. So I'll do them 2 more times. Let's see what we get. Yeah, it's looking like they're doing, with this King of Pentacles, they're doing things to create more green. So they're doing things to counteract what was already set in motion to create this little mini ice age. So good things would be happening with the green, because the King of Pentacles, see, that's all lush and green, and creates an abundance on the earth plane. So if they're changing the structure from the ice to the green, then they're counteracting the process that was put in place by that magician and that witch, that Queen of Wands, to create the mini ice age. So in other words, what you're saying is, even though the earth cycles the mini ice age stuff would have been generated. It would have been man-made. Is that, if that had been something that came into fruition, that's generated, that's man-made with technology and whatnot. Is that what you're saying? That would have been man-made. One more. Seeing it clearly. That's behind us. Now, okay, so with this 3, we've seen it clearly. And now we've put those threats behind us with those two rods that are behind him. And he's still holding on, though. He hasn't moved forward. So the biggest piece of that threat would have already been put behind us. And because he's still holding one rod, it looks as though they're still working to undo what was previously done. Is that correct? Please and thank you. I just want validation that I just got that right for you folks. And we'll see what they say. So they're still working on cleaning it up. But with those 2 behind us, I wouldn't worry too much about it, because even if they're still working on cleaning it up, the most of it is behind us. Do you know what I'm saying? So we might still get crappy weather, but we're not going to get an ice age. So let's just get the validation that I've read this correctly, please and thank you. One more shuffle. Yeah, I got it correctly. And this is actually with them answering it with this moon. The moon says there's been enough chatter about it because these dogs are chattering. The moon has revealed the secret of it. So somewhere somebody is talking about how they had planned, the cabal, the deep state, the cabal really, how they had planned this mini ice age. There's already talk about it. And lots of people are hearing about it, even people that weren't maybe conspiracy theorists. So there's already a lot of chatter about the cabal doing that or trying to do that had been their plan. And the moon's going to reveal the secret of what they had in store for that time. But we don't have to worry about it, you guys, because that was also my guess, because the biggest piece of that danger is behind us. Though they are still holding on to a part of that journey, so they're still working on counteracting things as we speak here today. That's at least what I'm getting, you guys. So that's what I'm getting, at least. So with that being said, I've got a pretty busy day. I love having this clock with the big numbers, because I can look up and I can see what time it is. So it's almost 6:30. And I've got a big day. So I'm going to end off the reading now. And that's a pretty long reading anyways. It's kept you guys on here for a quarter of an hour at least. So with that, let's take a look with the information that we've been given. What is it that they would like to leave us with as the energy stands, the information that we have? What would they like to leave us off with? With one card, what do they want to say to us as we end this reading, you guys? Whoops, that was a bad shuffle too. I hope everyone's doing well. I hope you're all doing well. One more shuffle. What do you want to leave us with? The moon. They want to leave us with the moon. So what they're telling us with that is that there's stuff that's going to make everybody uncomfortable. Things are going to come out. Secrets are going to come out. That's going to make everybody uncomfortable. So be discerning. But what it's also saying is that this news should be out there circulating. So there's going to be chatter about it because you see the wolves, the wolf and the dog showed up first to listen to what the moon has to reveal. And so they start chattering loud about it. And then others come up from places down deep where they didn't know, where they're hearing things for the first time. So we have levels going on right now with this moon revealing things. People that didn't know things are going to start hearing things that some people have already begun chattering about or have been chattering about. So they're saying we're on the verge of like big news, big secrets coming out, the moon revealing things. So we're in the midst of big reveals. And one way or another, everybody's going to be a little bit uncomfortable. And I can't help but wonder if that's because the people that weren't already aware of some things, learning things for the first time, are going to be in such discomfort that creates a discomfort for other people. Like if it's going to be an energetic thing, a collective consciousness thing of a bit of discomfort. And I just want to clarify on that, you guys, because there are things that you'll want to do to protect yourself, right? From this, overall collective energy of people that may be hearing things and incredibly uncomfortable for the first time. So I just want to see if it's going to be a collective discomfort, like created from masses hearing things that make them uncomfortable. That kind of radiates outward. Please and thank you. Yes, with that Queen of Wands. So what you guys are going to want to do is just be aware consistently of the energy. And that's probably why we got the Chariot earlier. Moving forward, just have your energetic field protected. Because as secrets come out and truths are revealed, the people that didn't know anything about anything up until this stuff comes out are going to be super uncomfortable. And there's probably more of them than we would think or know. And it's going to create a discomfort collectively. And that's an energy that you can protect yourself from, right? You just get up in the morning, you set your decrees, you take your shower, you wash off any negativity, you armor yourself up in your protective bubbles, cleansing light. Anytime you start feeling as though you're picking up some discomfort from the collective, you take a minute to clear yourself. And that may be what we're going to have to do in the days coming forward with the secrets that come out around a lot of things. It looks like we're looking at lots of reveals. So, take care of yourselves. Take care of yourselves and be aware of what you're picking up for energy. I'm sure a lot of you are empathic. And so you go out into the world and you pick up others' energy and then you're carrying it. So you're going to want to clear yourself all the time from this energy. Okay, you guys? All right. So I'm wishing you all a very happy Thursday. And I will be back tomorrow. I love you all very much. I hope everybody's doing really well. I've got a super busy day. But happy Thursday. And I will see you all soonish, okay? All right. Bye.